Good morning. Today is April 2nd, 2020, second day of virtual learning. I want to congratulate you on successfully completing the first day of virtual learning. So we're going into second day of instruction today. Let's go ahead and get started with your do now. Two things I need you to do today for the do now. First, prepare your resources for today. You do need a pen and a pencil, something to write with. You do need paper, and you need to access your copy of A Midsummer Night's Dream, which I will show you how to do in a moment. Once you have those three things, you are going to go into the Assignments tab and complete April 2nd, 2020 Do Now, which I will also show you how to get to in a moment. Once you're done with the do now, I want you to reply underneath this video with a thumbs up in the chat box so that I know you completed it. Please hit the reply button and type out the thumbs up. Don't like the video and don't reply outside of the chat box. I need you to reply to the actual video so that I can give you credit for having been online. Do pause these at your own pace. So I'm not going to time you into the do now. Pause the video, go complete the do now, and then when you're done, you can come back and hit play. I'm going to show you again how to access your copy of A Midsummer Night's Dream. So if you go into the A Midsummer Night's Dream tab and you click Files, here I want you to click Key Resources, A Midsummer Night's Dream PDF, and your copy will load right here. It's the entire story. Again, you do have the option of zooming in as far back or as close up as you would like. In order to access your Do Now, you're going to go to the General tab, Assignments, and you will click April 2nd, 2020 Do Now. Now, if you don't see it, it's because if you look over here where it says scheduled, I schedule your assignments to post at 8 a.m. So if you go in at 7:30 in the morning trying to do the lesson, you are not going to see it because the computer is not going to make it available to you until 8 a.m. the day of. So once you see that, April 2nd, 2020 Do Now, go ahead and click that. And it is going to tell you right here, there's your do now for the day. Again, once you complete this, go into the chat where the video will be posted and you want to hit the reply button. Here where it says reply, you don't want to start a new conversation. You want to hit reply so that you are underneath the video and I can see that you accessed that particular video. Going into today's lesson, we are continuing with Module 3, What is Love? We are going to do an activity today titled The Cure. And so this is going to be a fun activity for us to get some practice with finding textual evidence to support our claims that we make, because I want us to focus on our persuasive writing and how to back our claims with evidence. And so when you access your independent practice, which I will show you how to do after I walk you through the guided practice, you're going to see a sheet that looks like this. So your prompt today is, you have been given the cure to the love potion that will make a character come back to their true senses. However, you only have enough to help one character. Which character is most deserving of the cure, Titania or Lysander? So if we remember from the story, we know that Titania is under the love potion and it has made her fall in love with a man who has a donkey's head. All of this is because she was trying to protect an Indian boy that she cares for from her husband Oberon, and he put this spell on her. Lysander is under the love potion, which has made him fall in love with Helena. He was originally in love with Hermia, who was Helena's best friend, and now he is telling Hermia he doesn't love her anymore. If we remember, these two were madly in love and were running away together, and this situation has left Hermia devastated. And so you have to decide which character deserves this cure the most if you can only give it to one. You will write a thesis statement for each character that explains why they are more deserving of the cure, and then you will provide 3 pieces of textual evidence to support your thesis. So again, you're doing this for each character. So you'll have a thesis for Titania and why she deserves it, and you'll give me 3 pieces of supporting evidence that shows this is why Titania deserves the cure. You will do the same thing for Lysander, a thesis statement and 3 pieces of evidence. You may choose your evidence from anywhere in the story, Acts 1 through 3. And then once you're finished, you will have an exit ticket that I will show you as well. And so I want to kind of show you how I expect this to look. You are going to be doing the characters Titania and Lysander. So the example that I show you is going to be based on Demetrius. Demetrius is also under the love potion, and it has made him fall in love with Helena. And if we remember, Helena is madly in love with Demetrius, and he has been rejecting her the entire time. And so this is the example I'm providing you with as to why does Demetrius deserve the cure. And so your thesis would look something like this. Demetrius should receive the cure because it is unfair to Helena if his love for her is just a spell while hers is genuine. And so then for my 3 pieces of supporting evidence, I want to go find evidence that Demetrius does not actually love Helena, which would make this situation unfair to her. And I also want to find evidence that her love for him is genuine. For example, Demetrius says to Helena, "Do I entice you? Do I speak you fair? Or rather, do I not in plainest truth tell you I do not, nor I cannot love you?" This is Act 2, Scene 1, lines 206 to 208. And so this here is evidence that shows us that he has said before he doesn't love her and his love is not genuine. And then we have a line from Helena. She says, "I am your spaniel, and Demetrius, the more you beat me, I will fawn on you." This is also Act 2, Scene 1, lines 210 to 211, and this shows us that her love is genuine, as we see that she goes closer to him the more that he pushes her away. And so again, we're saying this is unfair because his love is not genuine, his mind has changed, while hers has been consistent. And our final piece of supporting evidence is actually coming from Lysander. He says directly to Helena, "Demetrius loves her and he loves not you." This is in Act 3, Scene 2, line 139. And when he says Demetrius loves her, he's referring to Hermia. And so even Lysander knows that Demetrius does not truly love Helena. These would be my 3 examples of supporting evidence that support this thesis as to why Demetrius should receive the cure. And so I expect you to do the exact same thing for your thesis statements for Titania and for your thesis statement for Lysander. I do ask that you also include your citation as I did with the act, scene, and lines. Once you are finished with the independent practice, at the very bottom, question 9 is going to have your exit ticket. It says, "Now that you have gathered evidence for both sides, choose the side with the best claim and supporting evidence. Write a 4 to 5 sentence paragraph explaining why this character should be given the cure for the love potion." So you have now created a thesis statement and evidence for Titania and Lysander. You are going to, very much like we did in class, decide which side has the strongest claim. And then you're going to write a paragraph explaining why they should be given the love potion. And so here's my example for why Demetrius should receive the cure. And so I say, Demetrius should receive the cure because it is unfair to Helena if his love for her is just a spell while hers is genuine. Demetrius is unkind to Helena for most of the play and often dismisses her advances. Evidence that supports this is when Demetrius cruelly says to her, "Do I entice you? Do I speak you fair? Or rather, do I not in plainest truth tell you I do not, nor I cannot love you?" It is also obvious to everyone that Demetrius does not truly love Helena. Lysander even uses this against Helena by saying Demetrius loves her and he loves not you, when they have an argument about Hermia. In closing, Demetria should be given the cure so that Helena can find someone who does not need magic to love her. And so if you look here, this paragraph only has two pieces of the textual evidence out of the three, and that's because I told you it only needed to be 4 to 5 sentences. This one is actually 6 sentences. I am going to push you, of course, to include all three pieces of evidence and have even more than the 5-sentence limit so that you can push your writing and become more developed as a writer. This independent practice and exit ticket is going to take you some time. And so I just want to remind you that I am currently online to assist you if you have any questions, and I will reply to you immediately. I ask that you put your questions in the group chat so that everyone can see, because someone may have the same question as well. So don't feel the need to chat me privately. Post it for everyone to see, because one, you can help one another and interact with each other just like you would in class. And then two, I can answer it and everyone can see that answer in case they may have the same question as you. You can access your independent practice by going to the General tab, going to the Assignments tab, and going to April 2nd, 2020, Independent Practice. As always, this is due tonight by 11:59 p.m. I can show you quickly how to go ahead and access this. So again, you're going to the General tab, Assignments, and you're going to go to April 2nd, 2020, Independent Practice. And all of the space is right here for you. Your instructions are there yet again. And then it tells you your thesis statement for Lysander, evidence number 1, evidence 2, evidence 3. Thesis statement for Titania, evidence 1, evidence 2, evidence 3, and your exit ticket, where you're going to be writing that 4 to 5 sentence paragraph explaining which character should be given the cure for the love potion and why. I hope that you all have a good time with doing this assignment. Please remember to ask me questions as I am online. I am here to help you, and I want to make sure that you get all of the information, even though we are not directly face to face in the classroom. And so I am here if you need help. Otherwise, have a great day. Awesome job on day 1. I want to see us doing just as well, if not better, for day 2 today. Thank you.